Abi piramitlere gidiyoruz. Otobüs bileti aldım. 7.40 tutuyor. Ne yapıyor? 3.5 euro falan yapıyor aşağı yukarı. Her saat varmış. Yani saat 8'de var, 9.30, 11.30, 12.30, 13.30. Böyle buçuk her saat varmış. Akşam son otobüsü bilmiyorum ama. Onu gidince soracağım tekrar. Bu da bilet. Saat 12.30'da otobüs kalkacakmış. Hoppa. Abi indik otobüsten. 40 dakikalık yol 1,5 saat sürüyor. Gene şaşırmadık. Bir tık ileride bıraktı beni. Düğmeye bastım durmadan bırak. Bunların belli durakları var. Onun harici değil mi? Şu hipermarketin şuradaki yoldan hop aşağı doğru tünellerin oraya ineceğim. Oradan sonra tekrar şey yaparım. Açarım. Hoppa. Yol böyle. Ben tırmanmayı hesaplamamıştım. O bir tık moral bozdu. Zaten bir 300 metre tırmanma var. Ondan sonra gene yürüme yani. Araçla götürseler 300 metre götürecekler beni. Böyle gidelim bakalım. Ama oteller falan da var buralarda. Tabii. Şu alan kesiyormuş.
A pak oni dělají to, že si představ, že to pustí stejným způsobem spát. Takhle to rozhejde. Takhle si to pomalu rozhejde. Nechváty, takhle si to rozhejde. A když půjdeš pryč, tak to nech bejt, působit a ono to bude takhle furt lítat samo.
No a navrh se to tak jako ovládat a nabudit si to třeba i doma.
Is stay here Wendy?
Free or ticket?
I don't know.
Free. Where are you from?
China.
Ha,
You?
Turkey.
He's also from Turkey.
Hocam. Türk müsün sen de?
These are the tunnels, yes. Yes, you need ticket here, and one of the guides, one of my colleagues, will be your guide.
How much is the ticket?
It depends, you just ask there and they will explain to you.
Oğlum bedavaya giriyorduk.
Bedava mıymış?
Yok işte bedava.
Hayır.
Takılırdık oradakileri.
Tur yaptırıyor abi sanırım. Şeysiz gidilmiyor, rehbersiz.
Ha. Kaç para diyor?
Yeah, I want to talk to you.
So you go inside with the guide. The tour lasts 45 minutes. You buy the tickets here, and we have tours every 10 minutes. You know? 10 euros per person, 20 marks per person.
One each.
Aşırı pahalı. 10 euro.
For go inside?
Yes.
For 45 minutes, 10 euros per person. That's too much.
My name is Lamia, and I will be your guide today. You're in front of the entrance of prehistorical tunnels Ravne, and today with me you will go on a tour that's around 700 meters of tunnels, which includes all of the interesting locations like artifacts, water accumulations, and also we will mention something about energy aspects of the tunnels. So this project has started in 2006 when we discovered that here in this valley we have a huge pyramidal complex, but unfortunately it's hidden with a layer of vegetation and soil because of our climate, same thing like two Mexican pyramids. So that's why we were on a search for the main pyramidal structure, which is now our Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, and there are 6 other pyramidal structures that were also discovered throughout the years. Every pyramidal complex also comes with underground tunnels. That's why we were on a search for the underground tunnels, because that's the way to get inside of those pyramidal structures. And to this day we only found 6 entrances, and this one that you will enter today with me is the main one. It was found 3 kilometers airline away from the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, and it's one of the closest entrances that we have found to this day. When we first got to this location, we were so happy to be able to get inside of these pyramidal structures, and we hoped for the miracles inside, and also for many ancient artifacts. But we were shocked that after 20 meters from the entrance, we found completely closed tunnels with gravel. Since gravel is completely different material from this material that we call conglomerate, through which these tunnels were dug through, and we told that these tunnels were flooded, for example, because gravel is material from riverbeds. Hello, welcome. That they were flooded. So that's why we tried to clean that material, to remove it from the inside of the tunnels. And after 10-15 meters, we found something that could not be in any kind of form or way made with a flood. Those are structures that are called drivels. Drivels are made out of bigger rocks that are perfectly aligned on top of each other without any binder. And to this day, we find this structure at every beginning and at every end of the tunnel. We just wait for them to access. See everybody alive and happy, don't worry. So, even to this day we find those drivels, and it's a reason that these tunnels were closed manually, so not in any kind of natural way, and we clean them to this day. We cleared more than 3 kilometers of them, but this was not enough for us to get in the pyramidal structure. We were not even halfway to it, we're just more than 1/3. So throughout this project of cleaning tunnels, we found many ancient artifacts, water accumulations, and inside we measure unique frequencies, which we will talk about these things throughout this tour. You can take pictures and videos of everything, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in between locations. You can touch the artifacts with hands, but please don't touch the walls of the tunnels or chip the pieces. It harms stability of the tunnels. Again, like I said, it's just a wall only for the first 10 meters. Now we can go inside. See, not that narrow. Okay. So here we are 20 meters away from the entrance, and we are also 20 meters under the ground. But that will mostly stay the same, because throughout this tour we will be always walking on the same level, and most that we would be under the ground is 35 meters. Our tourist tour looks like this. It includes all of the interesting locations, artifacts, and we will get back to the same entrance. These other sections of tunnels that you see over here, you can explore them all by yourself every other time when you want to visit the tunnels. Only for the first time you need to go with a guide, but every other time you can do it completely by yourself. At the same ticket shop, ask for meditation tickets. That's how you call this store without the guide, and you will get much cheaper tickets that last you 1 hour inside. And the only thing that you need to do is to every time choose yourself a helmet, and then you orientate with these blue arrows. They will show you the sections of tunnels, many chambers where you can sit down, relax. And when you're done with your meditation, there are red arrows for exit and signs like this one. How many meters you're away from the entrance. So this is a very big labyrinth, but it's impossible to get lost inside. Here in the tunnels we measure a few things. First is temperature, and it's always same. 12 to 14 degrees throughout the whole year, no matter the season outside. Then we measure a huge amount of humidity, 85% of humidity as you can see, and up to 20.9% of oxygen. And also, as you can see, even though we are under the ground, we don't have any kind of ventilation systems because we don't need them at all. Here air flows completely naturally, so no matter how far away we are from the entrance, we always have fresh and clean air. And just so you know, air quality in the tunnels is way better compared to the outside, and that's because of huge amount of negative ions. Negative ions are particles that connect to particles of dust, bacteria, viruses, and then they put into the ground. Their job is to clean our air, and negative ions exist everywhere but in different concentrations. Outside, maximum amount that we usually measure is 250 per cubic centimeter. 20 meters away from the entrance we measure 2,000 to 3,000 per cubic centimeter, but up to our deepest points from the entrance we measure up to 250,000 negative ions per single cubic centimeter. Wow. Since we're still at the start, my advice for everyone from the heart is that you focus on your breathing. You're inhaling huge amount of those cells in your body, those particles, in your body, and it's been scientifically proven that they destroy harmful microorganisms in our body. This is very good for people who have problems with bronchitis, asthma, and allergies as well. And one more thing. Everything that you will see throughout this store is on its original spot. Nothing has been moved or lifted. It's exactly where we found it. The only thing that we did is to put this wooden structure inside, lights and posters and benches. Now I will show you first artifact that was discovered, but please just let's stick together. Please just watch your head here.
Yeah.
Little bit low.
Sorry.
No, it's my fault. Bravo. Bravo. If you want, you can also sit around. Okay. So this right here that you see is the first found artifact, only 70 meters away from the entrance. We decided that the best option for us would be to simply chip some pieces off from right here, and we send them on analysis. Results showed us that this right here that you see is man-made material. This is type of ceramic, and we call these structures mega ceramic blocks. This ceramic is a mixture of sandstone, melted clay, chips of quartz, crystal and water. Everything was combined together, shaped, and then baked on very high temperatures, because to make ceramic you need temperatures that are higher than 1,000 degrees. We discovered bigger blocks, and as bigger as they are, they keep being made out of different pieces. For example, this big one is made out of two. You can see a line that's separating them. We have something like a base and a lid. We discovered bigger blocks, but from same material put in different parts of the tunnels, and it was obvious that they have some kind of function. So that's why we did georadar scanning of the block and the place around it. We discovered that every single one of the block is put precisely on top of underground water stream. This underground water stream is 21 meters underneath the block, comes from this direction, goes directly underneath it, and it's the same width as the block. You maybe have heard that it's not good to build anything on top of underground rivers or water streams because they produce something that's called the geopathogen radiations. Those are very low levels of frequency that can affect stability of the buildings, but they can also affect our health. And it looks like ancient civilizations knew this very well. Because here in the tunnels we have a big network of underground streams and rivers. So that's why they made these blocks. Their function is to neutralize those geopathogen radiations. They work because of that quartz crystal inside, because crystals and minerals in science fall into category of piezoelectrics. They're positively and negatively charged on their ends, and they act like natural magnets. When frequencies hit them, they start to vibrate on micro level. This same reaction is happening inside of the blocks. That's how they work. Here in the tunnels, we don't measure any negative frequencies, only positive ones. First thing that we measure is electromagnetic field with strength of 28 kilohertz, which flows through the tunnels in waves, and wherever we are, we measure same strength of this frequency. But it also constantly hits this surrounding material. Conglomerate is same everywhere. It also has pieces of crystals and minerals inside. They also react, so that's why piezoelectrical effect is formed, which manifests ultrasound. In this case, this ultrasound has domain from 28 to 42 kilohertz. And there's something unique about ultrasound frequency. We will talk about energy aspects in our next location. Just so you know, this block is the smallest one that has that kind of function, 350 kilograms of mass. Every other block that was discovered has mass bigger than 1 ton. I will show you blocks having mass 3.5 and 4 tons, but I will take you exactly to a chamber where we discovered block that has mass of 8 tons. And there it will be now our next stop. You need help?
Thank you.
Okay. We can continue our tour when we're done. No problem.
There's little dimples on the side.
Yes. This block right here is same material as this one, but without quartz crystal inside.
Really?
So they don't have this one, and this one don't have
It
that
looks
kind
the
of.
same too, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
but the quartz crystal is inside of this mixture.
Inside?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's the piezoelectric effect from the squeeze, the stress.
Yes, exactly. But these two are just ceramic blocks without quartz, so they don't have that kind of function. We think that they were showing something like a direction or something like that. And also this one has unique 7 dents. We connect this to 7 levels of tunnels that we scanned, or 7 skies. We don't know exactly. Well, that's why we don't talk a lot about them.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Okay, now let's go see bigger blocks. Okay. Here you can see a structure that was originally found on its face, and when we lifted it up we noticed that on this side there are engraved symbols on its surface. We did laser scanning which showed us that here are 25 symbols engraved on this surface. We sent the picture to many experts throughout the whole world in hope that they would be able to recognize and also translate the symbols. They said some of them perfectly align with some of the runic symbols, but runes are much younger. They are 2,000 to 3,000 years old, but we have proof that these tunnels are closed for at least 5,000 years. So that's why experts said that here are proto-runic symbols, or in our words, before runes. Older runes. Unfortunately, they could not be translated. It's very hard because one runic symbol can mean one letter, one word, or even one full sentence. And in combination of 25, that's a lot of combination of translations. We don't know which one is right. But throughout the tunnels, we found hundreds more engraved symbols on different surfaces, like smaller messages that were left for us. But looks like we're not even close to the intelligence that these ancient civilizations had, and unfortunately, we don't know what they mean at all. But now I will show you bigger blocks.
Are they available online, the scans?
One more time, please.
Are the scans that were made available online? On the
Yes,
internet?
and also you have right here, come here, we used black chalk to again
Yep.
rewrite the symbols so it's easier for you to see.
That's the 25 symbols that were found on this rock?
Not right, not exactly. This is alphabet of runic
Oh,
symbols.
runics, okay.
Okay, let's go deeper now. Be careful. Watch your head here. This is our lowest part for today. Sorry.
Oh,
Slowly. Slowly. Here you can stretch. Okay. Up, slowly. Okay. Here you can see blocks weighing 3.5 and 4 tons. But around the corner is the one that has mass of 8 tons. Just again, same material, same purpose. Just different sizes. You can take a seat anywhere you want. Are you okay? Your head?
No, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you come from? Bahrain?
Huh?
Where do you come from?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Okay. So, this right here that you see is block called K2. It has mass of 8 tons and it's the biggest one that you will see today, but it's not the biggest one that was discovered in the tunnels. We found even bigger one that we call K5, but that block has mass of 20 tons and it's only partially cleared. The rest of the block is still way hidden, and because we still do a lot of archaeological research, sorry, a lot more research, that's why we can't visit it yet. But this block in front of us is quite specific because of a few things. First one is obvious. You can see that this block has cracked. This crack is a result of those geophytic radiations or low levels of frequency that come from this underground river, because it's way bigger. Every size of the block resembles the size of those underground water streams, or in this case, a river. It's 21 meters underneath the block, comes from right here, goes directly underneath it, And this is the only mega ceramic block where we scanned 2 pieces of muscovite and 1 bigger piece of quartz crystal inside. This quartz crystal is around the size of our helmet, ovally shaped, and it's right here where you see a bit of discoloration. And it's also the only one that's not laying exactly on the ground. It comes with a stand. It's a little bit harder to see stand from right here. You have a picture of it on the poster over there where it says eternity. That's actually sandstone, around 10 to 15 centimeters wide, and block is literally glued to it with a layer of natural glue called calcium carbonate, a sticky mass that's holding block to the stand. When it comes to energy aspects of the tunnels, I previously mentioned negative ions, electromagnetic field, and ultrasound. And there's something unique about ultrasound. We now use it for many things. We also use it in medical fields. You already know that. We use it for treatments with rheumatism, physical therapies, and many more things. But that ultrasound, the main of it is the same like this one, but they were produced in completely different ways. And also here we are safe from all that negative radiation that's outside. And we are usually exposed to a huge amount of it, especially now, last 30 years, since technology has been developing a lot. All those radiations, vibrations, increased frequency, 3G, 4G, 5G, they keep rushing our bodies. That's why we're constantly drained, tired all the time. Many people suffer more from having high blood pressure, problems with sugar in the blood, and also many other diseases. And also, the main thing, food and everything is simply different, modified, contaminated. It keeps affecting our hormones, it keeps affecting our health and everything. So unfortunately that's what happened because of this trying to be ahead with the technology and everything. Here in this environment we are safe from those things. And what actually happens in our body from the moment that we enter to the moment that we leave the tunnels is this. In our bodies, our cells are faster regenerated. Because of the ultrasound, our muscles, bone and brain relax. When your body is relaxed, it gets balanced. And when your body is balanced, your blood pressure as well as the level of sugar in your blood are getting slowly stabilized. When you inhale huge amount of negative ions, this affects your lung system and also whole system from the inside. And everything that I just mentioned are those energy aspects of the tunnels. I don't know how, but some people misunderstood this part of presentation. They thought that they need to be closer to the blocks or in physical touch with them to be absorbing all these things. No problem, sir. You have no idea how many times we came to this chamber or any other with a block and found people laying physically on the block, putting their heads, legs and arms directly on the block, or constantly holding hands above it, which is completely wrong. Your body is like a sponge. Wherever you are, you're absorbing those things. And also, one more thing, difference is huge when it comes to negative ions. Here in this chamber, maximum amount of negative ions is 30,000, but at the end of the tunnels, concentration is up to 250,000, which means if you're there for 1 hour, that's like you were here for 8 times compared to this chamber. So that's why we suggest our guests that they always follow meditation route for their own beneficials. When it comes to the next location, I will show you water accumulations. First, we will see a pond that was discovered. Pond is 10 square meters big. Depth of water is 50 centimeters. Water is crystal clear and it's always on the same level. But we also discovered way bigger water accumulations, and we did analysis of this water, and we will talk about the analysis in the next chamber. Please just make sure that you don't leave your things behind, especially your phones. But let's go now to the next location. Phone. Yes. put your head here. Yes, big network. That tunnel goes 500 meters deep. From here. Okay, remember the pond that I mentioned? You can see it from right here, but you have to get down and look in the distance. Please take a look, you will see crystal clear water. Yes. A little bit to the left. First found water accumulation. Okay, when you take a look, follow us to the next chamber.
Down.
From here, like this, and in distance. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wow.
You can take a seat over there. Last stop for today. So the first water accumulation, you just saw it, and it's not the only one. As we were cleaning new sections of tunnels in this direction, we came by two open sections again. When I say open, they were not closed with gravel, like all the other tunnels were. They were filled with huge amount of water, and this is how they look like. There are two tunnels, one is 200 meters long, second one is 150 meters long, and depth of water in these sections of tunnels goes up to 1.7 meters. We thought that this water has accumulated over the years, and we tried to pump it out, because this way we would get more than 300 meters of clean tunnels, which would save us 1 year of working. But this was not successful, because the water got back on its original level whenever we tried to do it again. Yes, and after a number of tries, we simply stopped and we focused on the level. We noticed that whenever we have severe rainings, droughts and floods, that level of water in these sections of tunnels always stays the same, which means that this water is not directly connected to the outside. This is one very big water accumulation that functions in principle of connected cups. They fill each other, that's why level of water is always same. These two tunnels are just a small part of this very big water accumulation that's stretching throughout the valley. But we left these sections of tunnels as they are, and we did 3 analyses of this water. First analysis that we did was microbiological analysis. It was done on Institute for Food and Health Safety here in Zenica, where we got the result that tunnel water is perfectly clear drinkable water. It doesn't have any microbiological particles, organisms or viruses inside of it, and pH value of this water is 7.58, which is great. Second analysis that we did it in Slovenia and Ljubljana, on Institute for Biogenetics and Neurobiology. We have sent them a sample, and they said that tunnel water falls into category of energetically alive and strong waters. But what does this mean? Our third analysis will explain you in details. Third analysis was done the same year we found these sections of tunnels, in 2011, but with Dr. Masaru Emoto. This is a scientist who did research. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
This is a scientist who did research on water for more than 40 years of his life, and he was the first person in the whole world to prove that water is alive. It can carry information. One of his most popular experiments that made him worldwide known is simply with 4 cups of same water. He put each cup in a different room and then exposed this water to different things, like words of love, words of hate, classical music, and heavy metal and rock. After a few days have passed, he froze those cups of water and then watched the crystal that has been formed under special microscope. You can see results of this experiment here. Water that was exposed to words of love and classical music had this snowflake-shaped crystal, hexagon, and hexagon is one of the strongest, one of the best class shapes that we can find in nature. Water that was exposed to hateful words and heavy metal and rock had this kind of crystal. As you can see, it's deformed. So that's why it was proven that water is alive. It carries information from its environment. But what actually happened is that water didn't understand words, music, or language, but only frequencies and vibrations. They affected molecular structure of water. We use this same experiment to explain what happened to tunnel water. Tunnel water was exposed to positive frequencies and huge amount of negative ions, which still made it clean and drinkable. Crystal of tunnel water looks like this, again hexagonal shape. That's why it's energetically alive from the environment. But we sent a sample of our city water that we drink, deformed crystal. Every city water is like this, no matter where you are from. It has to go through reservoirs, kilometers of plastic and metal pipes, filters, and added chlorine. All these things harm molecular structure of water, that's why it's energetically dead. The only thing that this water can do, get rid of our thirst, that's it. Whenever I explain this, many people ask us how we can get hands on tunnel water. We locked the sections of tunnels with water so it wouldn't get contaminated, which means that many people wanted to go there to pick it by themselves, wash their arms, take a bath or something like that, which of course is not beneficial for this water, it would contaminate it. But from then, every single day we have workers who go there and pack this water into dark glass bottles for everyone, and you can find them outside of the tunnels. There is a yellow house in front of the entrance of the tunnels, which you can find the water. Since water is energetically alive, you can use it as concentrate, which means that from it you can make bigger quantity. This is how you do it. You take around 10 milliliters or a bottle cap, which is same quantity. You pour it 1 liter of normal one. Once you mix it, leave it for at least 6 hours or overnight, and up to the time has passed, you have 1 liter with same molecular structure. Water with water shares information. So that's why it's better to do this procedure, so you can get 25 liters from the original quantity, which would be you would be drinking for 1 month instead of 1 day. So with this part we have ended our presentation. We visited most interesting locations in the tunnels, but just so you know, this was a scratch to the whole big surface of the project. Also, if you want to find a little bit more about it, we have books about the project, we have excavation points, we have different locations. We offer daily tours, which includes different locations again, not only Pyramid of the Sun and tunnels, but Pyramid of the Moon, tumulus, and other things. So if you're interested in that, we can talk about it outside. If you also have any questions, we can do it outside as well. Thank you so much again. It was my pleasure to be our guide. And just so you know, thank you for your donation. You bought the tickets. That means you cleaned a few meters of the tunnels. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's go outside now.
The walls, is that still a lot of fill that's there? Is that still like the... little
Yes,
bit.
you
Oh,
can
there's
see.
some conglomerate there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you can see. It's obvious. The structure and
The difference between the.
exactly, and the separation. Separation is the water deep.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Also, they're
Yeah.
quite noticeable.
It is. Yeah.
You don't have to be an expert,
No.
but your eyes can find.
The eyes can see it. Yeah. Oh, there's so many tunnels.
After every 10-15 meters intersections, multiple of them, not only 1, 2, sometimes 8.
Do you think there was a civilization living in here before the Ice Age?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
This happened all before Ice Age.
Yeah.
Tunnels were made and the
As a
pyramid
refuge,
structure
yeah.
is more than 29,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Which happened, of course, in the period of power.
Yeah. Do you think it's coming again soon?
Repeat one more time, please.
Do you think maybe another Ice Age is coming soon?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Well,
Will they be here? Even though hide in the pyramid when it does come
I
up.
mean, yeah, we can of course see big climate changes and everything, and we can see that the nature is screaming basically.
Yeah.
But whatever happens.
Yeah, that's right.
Unfortunately, we're like those for the people who have the biggest power here.
That's right.
So even though if we try to preserve the things, it's just we're not that strong compared to them.
That's right. That's right.
Watch your head, please.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Şimdi yavaştan şehre doğru geçeyim. Oradan da güneş piramitini gösteririm. Bir iki fotoğrafını çekeriz uzaktan. Sonra yavaştan tekrar Saraybosna'ya dönelim. Akşama doğru. 1,5 saat sürüyor yani. 15 kilometre yola, fazla değil. 1,5 saat sürüyor. Mostar'da çıktım, üşüdüm. Dedim bunu alayım. Bunu aldım, yağmur yağmadı. Sonra dün dışarı çıktık, ondan önceki gün. Bunu aldım. Tekrar Mostar'da. Mostar'da gezdik ettik, hiç yağmur yağmadı, üşümedim. Boşu boşuna elimde taşıdım. Terledim yani. En büyük oluyor, giyiyorsun, terletiyor. Akşam bileklik satmaya dışarı çıktık. Bir yağmur başladı. Yanıma da bunu almamıştım, ıslandım. Bugün de hava soğuktu, sabah almamıştım. Şimdi aldım, sabah almıştım. Şimdi gene aldım. Şimdi gene yük oldu, gene taşıyorum boş böyle. Hep eziyet çektirdim kendimi. Daha büyük bir çanta lazım. 10 litre kesmiyor. Boş boşuna. Ha bu arada bu türbe. Gerçekten türbe. Bak türbe yazıyor. Ama kilitli. Ve kimin olduğunu bilmiyorum. Öyle bir takım köpek havlamaları gene. İnşallah yağmur yağar ya. Boş boşuna taşımamış olurum şu üstündeki. Ben de onun için istiyorum. Ama bu sefer bilekli satamam akşam.